When you write traditional code, you expect like absolute precision. You write a script and it executes exactly what you typed.
Right, it's totally deterministic.
Exactly. But what happens when your code is just, well, a conversational prompt? Suddenly that precision gets a little murky. So, welcome to this deep dive. Today we're tackling the 810 110 exam on Examiner. 40 questions, 60 minutes, 85% to pass. Let's jump right into question 1.
Sounds good. What do we have?
Okay, so this first scenario is about spotting an indirect prompt injection attack. We're looking at 4 options here. Is it a user typing a malicious command, the AI reading a poison data source, the model generating a false fact, or a prompt explicitly telling the AI to ignore its safety filters?
That is a classic lineup of distractors.
Yeah, and to me, telling the AI to ignore safety filters sounds exactly like a classic hacker move. I mean, you're literally bypassing the guardrails right there.
It definitely sounds sneaky. I mean, I'll give you that. But it's actually a huge trap. Telling the AI to drop its filters is a direct attack, not an indirect one.
Wait, really? How so?
Well, think of it like walking into a restaurant kitchen and just yelling at the chef to burn the food. You're giving the malicious command right to them.
Oh, I see. So the indirect attack is the poison data source then.
Spot on. It's like sneaking a sabotaged recipe into that chef's cookbook. They read it later and ruin the dish, and you never even said a word to them.
That makes so much sense. The threat comes from outside data the AI already trusts.
Yeah, exactly. And we can immediately toss out the false fact option, too. That's just your standard hallucination, not an actual coordinated attack.
Right, which actually leads perfectly into our next problem. Question 2 is all about reducing hallucinations when an AI summarizes technical docs.
Oh, this is a massive issue in the real world.
For sure. So the options to fix this are using a short system prompt, removing negative constraints, increasing model creativity, or asking for citations. I kind of lean toward increasing creativity here.
You think so?
Yeah, like maybe letting the AI think outside the box helps it connect complex technical ideas better.
I have to strongly disagree with you there. In the real world of technical documentation, creativity is honestly just another word for inventing fake features.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you definitely do not want that in a tech manual.
Exactly. The right move has to be asking for citations. Requesting citations forces the model to tie its summary directly back to the source text.
Right, so any unsupported claims would just stand out like a sore thumb.
Precisely. Plus, if you try using a short system prompt or, removing negative constraints, you're just starving the model of the strict boundaries it actually needs.
Okay, speaking of boundaries and guidance, question 3 looks at why defining a persona is considered a best practice in prompt engineering.
This is a fun one. What are the choices?
Does it give the model a pattern to copy, guide tone, and vocabulary? Define the required action, or reduce total token usage? I'd argue it defines the required action.
Ah, you fell for the cognitive bias trap there.
Did I?
Yeah, a lot of test takers do, is confusing the what with the how. The correct answer is that it guides tone and vocabulary.
Okay, so what's a good way to separate the two in your head?
Well, think of an actor. Giving the actor a script, well, that's defining the action. But telling them to read that script like a pirate, that's the persona.
Oh, I really like that. So the persona shapes how they communicate without changing the core task.
Exactly. And side note, adding a persona usually takes more tokens, not less, so we can ignore that token usage option entirely.
Makes total sense. Okay, question 4. A developer gives the AI 3 labeled log examples and then asks it to classify a new log entry.
Okay, so we're feeding it examples first.
Right. Is this chain of thought, zero shot, few shot, or meta prompting? I really want it to be zero shot because it just sounds like a really cool action movie title.
It does sound awesome, but the naming conventions in this field are brutally literal, I'm afraid.
So not an action movie.
Nope. Zero shot literally means you gave the AI 0 examples before making your request.
Oh, got it. And since we gave it 3 logs, which is a few examples, the answer is just few shot prompting.
You got it. And it's definitely not chain of thought or meta prompting, for that matter, because we aren't asking the AI to show its step-by-step reasoning or build complex layers.
Fair enough. All right, last scenario, question 5. A user adds project background and technical constraints to a prompt.
Okay, setting the stage.
Yep. Are they stating the purpose, using few shot, describing the situation, or defining a persona? I feel like giving background is stating the purpose, right?
It is super tempting to say that, because giving background does explain why you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's actually describing the situation. Purpose focuses entirely on the end goal. The situation is the messy reality you have to navigate to reach that goal.
Oh, so the situation includes the constraints and the real-world operating environment.
Precisely. You're giving the AI the exact context it needs to work within those boundaries.
Okay, we made it through. Now let's connect the dots.
Sounds good. If you want to ace this exam, you really have to master these core domains.
Yeah, these are the heavy hitters.
Definitely. First, you need to master indirect prompt injection to protect your systems. Then, ensure you're doing hallucination mitigation with citations, so the AI actually proves its work.
Right, no inventing fake features.
Exactly. Next, make sure you understand persona definition and prompt engineering to shape the output style, and utilize few-shot prompting by providing examples.
Right, those are huge.
Yeah. And finally, properly frame your operating environment with situation context in prompts.
It really brings us back to that murky expectation of precision we talked about at the start. So here's a thought for you to chew on.
Let's hear it.
As these AI models get infinitely smarter, will complex prompt engineering eventually become completely obsolete, or will these underlying principles just become much more dangerous to ignore?